What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Mark Holmes and Joe Boo Sports, as well as Joe Boo's Cooking and Tailgating. And today is evening number 6 of getting back to keto. I kind of slipped a little bit last night on my anniversary having some key lime pie, but I only actually put back on, surprisingly, I think 2 or 4 tenths of a pound. Even with everything that I ate, could have been water weight. Might not have actually not kicked me out of keto. But anyway, today I was fasting. I broke my fast with couple pieces of beef jerky, not too much because it's got the sugar in it and stuff, and a couple slices of ham. Now tonight, what I'm trying to do these things a little quicker because the videos get to be long when I'm cooking. So I've done a little stuff prepping for tonight. Tonight I'm going to do my version of a French dip. And French dip is basically taking roast beef with au jus on it over caramelized onions and melt Swiss cheese over top of it. And then it's usually on a hard, crusty roll. So you can dip it into it. It's a real messy sandwich. It is great, but we can't use a crusty roll. So tonight I'm going to try something for the first time. I have not gotten these before. These are Keto Culture hamburger rolls. So I don't know how they're going to be. I honestly don't know how they're going to be. I don't know how they're going to taste. I don't know what they're going to be like. You know, sometimes keto bread is like full of eggs and stuff. Let's take a look at one of these now. Looks like wheat bread. It says it is 18 carbs for one, but has 15 things of fiber in it. So it's 3 net carbs for one and 0 sugar. Yeah, tastes like keto bread. But what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to toast them because with that being kind of a spongy bread, I don't want it to be like sponge where it's just like, ugh, you know, it's kind of like when your mom used to make the hamburgers and put it on white bread and the grease would just soak it up and it was just like slimy. I don't want it to be slimy. So if I toast it, that'll help with some of the juice. Now here's what we got. Simple ingredients here. Now to kick this up a whole nother notch, I've got my onions and I've already started melting some butter. So I'm gonna put my onions in here and we're gonna saute those till they're caramelized. I also love mushrooms. You know, it's kind of like roast beef with mushrooms on there. And I, of course, love things spicy. So I actually sliced up some jalapeno peppers because I like a kick. So what we're going to do is we're going to saute all of this first. We got a pack of au jus gravy, which is basically like a water gravy. There's nothing in there to make it thick, and you don't want it to be thick. Au jus. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the rare roast beef. Now, again, I'm not getting paid by anybody, but this is just my own personal take. Look at that roast beef. That is roast beef from BJ's. It's about, at least in my area, $8.99 a pound. Can't beat it. It's a lot cheaper than at the regular grocery store. I love it because their brand name is the best roast beef that you ever find. At least I love it. And I've got some Swiss cheese. Now, also, if you do happen to go to BJ's, they also have some horseradish cheese. That's really good on this as well. Either one of those are fantastic. So you see, we're sauteing these in butter. And also tonight what I've done is I've taken some romaine lettuce and some spring lettuce here. I've got some Parmesan cheese. I've got some blue cheese chunks in here. I've got avocado. I've got almonds in here. And I've got my sesame. I tore the cover off it. But this is like a sesame Asian salad dressing. Okay, yeah, it's good. It's good. Low in carbs. So we're going to eat that. And I had some broccoli the other night that I still didn't finish. I'm going to warm this up to it. So I got my vegetables, I got my fat, and I got my protein. All this together. Now I'm going to pause this and let this caramelize so that way you guys don't have to sit here for too long. Okay? All right, so that's almost ready. But like anything, I just started toasting the bread. You got to have sauce. My mayonnaise jar was just about out of mayonnaise, so I need to get some more. But I got some mayonnaise right here, and I'm going to take some horseradish. The more horseradish you put in it, the spicier it gets. And the funny thing is, outside in my garden, about 15 years ago, I planted a horseradish root, and the plant is like huge. So the root must be humongous, and I need to go ahead and pull some of that up. So I'm going to put a spoonful of sour cream in here. So we got horseradish, we got sour cream, and we got mayonnaise. This is going to be the sauce that's going to go on this thing. And I can see my onions are really getting caramelized here. I'm going to turn that down. And we're going to take some of that roast beef. Oh boy, look at that roast beef. Look, oh my God. We're just going to put that in there. Dip that sucker in the au jus. Don't boil it. You really just want to dip it in there so it gets good and wet. You're going to take that. Put that there. And what you're going to do is you're going to put that cheese right on top of it. So that cheese, is that au jus, is actually steaming it. And you're just going to let that melt. This is one of those, it's a night where you're tired, you don't feel like doing a whole lot, don't have much time, and you want something that's really good and easy. It's a lot better than calling from the corner bodega. Bodega? I don't know. At the corner deli. Alright, so I've got some good old broccoli here. All I gotta do is put that in the microwave. I got some bread in there toasting. I got some salad here. And once that cheese melts, we're just gonna put that right on top of the buns. That's right, we got buns, hon. And normally, if you were making one of these for, like in a restaurant or something, you'd actually have a bowl or a cup there with some of the au jus in it, because you would take that crusty roll and dip the whole sandwich into it, and I'm telling you, it's good. Here, let's take a... Tell me that's not looking good. I know some of you aren't crazy about mushrooms, but you see, it's thickening up, which is good with that other bread. You got all these great vegetables, you got that melted cheese, and then we've got our horseradish sauce. Woo! Now let me check the bread. See if the bread is finished. Bread needs just a little bit more to get it good and toasty. The only thing that may let me down might be the bread. That's one of those cases that I might just be better off just taking and just putting this all in a pan and just eating it just as it is. Because sometimes I hate to say it, the keto bread, it's disappointing. They need to call it something other than bread, because it's not really like bread. It's something else. And the problem is when you name it something that it's not, you're disappointed because you're thinking it's something else. You understand what I mean? It's kind of like when I do black bean burgers for my wife. I like them, and I'm not a vegetarian. They're really good. But if you think of it as a burger, you're going to be disappointed. Oh, yeah. Okay. Toasted. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get these things together here. Ooh, this is going to be a good dinner. Let me get some extra. Look at that. Put some extra ones on there. Look at that. Mmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bow, bow, chicka bow. Ooh, bow, bow. Ooh, bow, bow. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of this RZU. Just put a little bit on the bread to make it wet. Oh, look at that. Now we get this horseradish sauce. Oh, lots of fat here, guys. Now, I'll give you a up close and personal look at this. Ooh, wee, what do you think? Oh, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Okay. This is gonna be a hard one to kind of grab a hold of and hold the plate at the same time. Toasting this was definitely the right thing. Oh, it's messy like it's supposed to be. And I tell you what, with all the peppers and the onions, and the cheese, forgive me, it counteracts the bread. Let me try and be civilized so you can see. Look at that. Oh. Boy, that's some good eating. So, real easy keto meal. I think I will get between the two buns about 6 carbs. It's hot. But perfect keto day. Definitely nowhere near the 20 carbs. I might cheat just a little bit. I'm trying to come up with a trail mix that is, because I love trail mix. Forgive me, I got all food. I've been looking at all the different stores and things, and I end up getting, these are some organic dark chocolate chunks. Dark chocolate does not have a lot of sugar and stuff in it, which is closer to keto. This has, per serving, which is a tablespoon, not much. A tablespoon of this chocolate is 7 grams of carbohydrates, but it has 2 grams of carbohydrates, which means then it's a net of 5. It does have 4 grams of sugar, so that is in there. But I'm figuring if I take these chunks and I chop them up a bit, I get some regular whole almonds. I mix some of the wasabi almonds in there. I can't do walnuts, unfortunately. I got some macadamia nuts that I can put in there as well, that I can get the texture and the feel of a trail mix with just a little bit of sweet that's in there. I was looking for some dehydrated raspberries, because those dehydrated are supposed to be better than, freeze-dried as opposed to dehydrated. The sugar content, for whatever reason, is lessened when it's freeze-dried versus dehydrated. So I'm going to try and do that and make myself a trail mix. So I have something that's kind of just nibble on and take the edge. Oh, and coconut chunks. Got to be careful with the coconut chunks too, because again, they end up having the some in there as well. But you mix a little bit of that stuff together, you get yourself 2 tablespoons of it, and just kind of, while you're working on the computer, it won't be a bad thing. So hope you guys are doing good with your keto. We'll do a weigh-in tomorrow and see what we look like. I'll be checking my blood pressure and stuff to make sure that it's going down. Make sure any questions you put down there in the comments. If you got some better tips and things that you're doing that's working for you, by all means, let me know, because I am not an expert. I don't pretend to be one. I am a guy who's trying to do this myself. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.